Hi, Janelle here with Sheep Hill Herbs. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another video. Can you guess what this video is going to be about? I know, I gave it away with the title. St. John's Wort. I cannot believe I found it because it is early June. And usually July, August is when I see it in bloom. But I've noticed that plants, depending on where they're located, depending on the rain they receive and the sun that they are getting, bloom and are ready at different times. So right now I'm in Pennsylvania at Lesser Lake, and it is growing along the bank of the lake. And I want to show you the characteristic telltale sign that this is St. John's Wort. So if you could like, subscribe, hit the bell button, comment, check out my description down below. There I have my link tree, which links to everything that is me. Take a minute to check out that link. There's a lot of good things that I refer people to down there. So let's look at this up close. Here the St. John's Wort is growing along the bank, and you can notice it by the star and these little, I guess I would call them stamens, that are coming out like, I don't know, like rays. And I feel like the cluster of the yellow flower, after you do herb hunting for a while, you just recognize plants. It's like a friend I haven't seen in a while. So I'm just going to show you up close. The St. John's Wort, Hypericum, is the Latin. The oil is Hypericum, and it is red. If you squeeze the flower or even the leaf, there we go, you get red dye onto your fingers. Okay, and that dye is what, I guess I would call it, the oil is red. I don't know if I would say dye, but the oil, the red color is what the telltale sign that this is St. John's Wort. And you infuse these flowers in plant oil to get the beautiful red, oil. There, a little bit more. That can be used topically for all kinds of joint aches, pain, headaches, muscle pains. St. John's Wort is a great ache and pain reliever. It is also a great brain herb. There have been lots of studies with St. John's Wort, and when I go back into my home office, I'm going to share with you some of the detailed book information about St. John's Wort, just so that you can feel more comfortable about the plant I'm sharing with you. But on a fishing outing, and I didn't expect to find this, and so wanted to capture it here to share on my channel with you. As promised, I am sharing some more in-depth information about St. John's Wort. This is a quote by Stephen Blancard. An excellent diuretic and vulnerary herb. A decoction of it cures tertian agues and quartans. It stops spitting of blood and expels gravel. A tincture of the flower is excellent in mania, and the flowers infused in spirit of wine kill worms. The compound of this herb is much used. It is excellent for bruises and aches. St. John's Wort, Hypericum perforatum. Other common names: Hypericum, Klamathweed, and goatweed. Genus is Hypericum. The oil is Hypericin, that red oil. It's a sun-loving hardy plant, and I will concur. It does love the sun. Sunny fields, and where I found this was right near a sunny spot in a lake, or by a lake. The origin of the name is from a rumor that St. John's wort was named from the Knights of St. John of Jerusalem, who used it to treat wounds on the Crusade battlefield. Also, another rumor, it blooms around June 24th, John the Baptist's birthday. So that's a little odd. It's early. So I found this, I'm making this portion of the video about a week after I made the first portion. So that was beginning of June, and now it's mid-June. And as I said before, I found St. John's wort, and this was in Maine in August in 2020. So they are a little bit behind. The word wort, W-O-R-T, is an Old English word for plant. It's been used for over 2,000 years. From the time of ancient Greeks down through the Middle Ages and onward, it has a long history of being regarded as holding magical properties and protecting against illness and warding off evil. It was believed to rid the body of evil spirits, so it was given to the insane to drink. So let's talk about that a little bit. If we go into the science, so I have a Zytocompass computer system that scans with your hand. It's called galvanic skin response to determine what your body needs to be back in balance. And it aligns with all kinds of supplements and herbs. I use either Young Living or just single herbs when I do the scan. So for a while, about 2 years ago, and that whole year long, I just always got St. John's wort, St. John's wort, St. John's wort. And to this day, it is now one of my favorite herbs. I began looking for it, finding it outside, making that red, beautiful oil. It called me. It called me with the scientific machine, but I was getting a calling for it to begin with. But the brain, it really calms down the brain. Is it evil spirits? I don't know. It calms the mind. In Europe, pharmaceutical companies prepare standard formulations of this herb, prescribed just like any other prescription. Parts used are the flowers and parts of the stems and leaves, but typically the flowers. It's cool and bitter as far as the energy and flavor. It helps the brain, the liver, lungs, nervous system, reproductive organs, and skin. Let's see. Let's talk some preparations. So you could make an infusion, which is basically an herbal tea. 1 teaspoon dried St. John's wort herb, a half a cup of water, steep for 5 minutes covered. St. John's wort is pretty nice by itself. In fact, I'm drinking right now St. John's wort, and I like it with some linden flower or even some mullein. A tad of honey makes any tea good, right? Take a warm half cup before breakfast and a half cup when going to bed. Drink 2 to 3 weeks to notice a significant difference. All right, let's talk about some other applications. So you can make the oil extract, and I really think I have a video on how to do that. If not, I'm going to do that. But basically you take the flowers, put it in a jar. I would do half of the jar with the flowers. Pour your olive oil, vegetable oil, not vegetable oil, plant oil. So that would be jojoba, avocado, almond. I like olive oil. Let it strain. Now here it's saying 3 to 4 weeks, and shake every day. I usually do 2 It depends what time of year you make it. If it is summertime and you have good sun, it would be 2 weeks. You can use the oil that you have extracted then to rub on any kind of joint inflammation, tennis elbow, etc. And then that beautiful oil can be turned into a salve. So here is a recipe for a salve. Equal parts St. John's wort oil, rose oil, calendula, and lavender oil, all infused oils, a little bit of vitamin E, and half the amount of beeswax, so half of what you have in oils. So to make it a little simpler, I usually do 1 ounce of beeswax per cup of infused oil. Melt the oils and beeswax in a glass pan. Do consistency test, and what does that mean? You, after it's melted, now you wait a teeny bit, you don't want to burn yourself, but you take your finger in the melted oil beeswax mixture and you feel it with your finger. If it's nice and creamy, now too creamy, it doesn't have enough beeswax. The perfect consistency is not too waxy and not too creamy, right in the middle. So if you need a little bit more, you add a little bit more beeswax. If it's too waxy, you add a little bit more oil. And then you have a wonderful healing salve to apply topically for all kinds of aches, pains, and etc. So I hope you enjoyed this video on St. John's wort oil. Remember to check out my description down below. I have my link tree, which links to everything that is me. And that includes my Etsy shop, my course, and a number of other programs and courses that I recommend and suggest. So thank you, and come again soon.